Hi everyone, I'm Zuzka, the Craftsy Penguin, and I hope you're having a kind of nice December. Today we are looking at another summer project. We are time traveling from December to summer. I made this in June of one of the years before I started my YouTube channel. So again, this is one of my shorter videos in the series about the stuff that I made before the YouTube channel. This is my so-called grape top. That's not the name of the pattern. I'll link the pattern in the description of the video, as with all of my other videos, of course. But I'm calling it grape or grapes because the yarn cake that this was made out of was called Grapes too, I believe. And again, it was from Colorful Made shop. And I just had this pattern in my Ravelry library, saved for laters for quite some time when I started crocheting, and then I just decided to try it and make it, and it's a great piece. It has this really, it's not thick but non-see-through part, and the upper part, which is very much see-through. But I managed to start the non-see-through part at the right place, so this is great. It looks even, fancy enough for social occasions and all of that, but I basically use it as every other t-shirt in my wardrobe. And I just had to start the yarn cake at the back, because the first part, the lace part, is made flat, and then you fold it, and then you start making rounds around the body. So I started it in the back so that there is, the harsher step from one color to the other is in the back, and in the front it's continuous as the gradient goes. And from a distance it looks sort of stripy, but when you're looking at it you don't really realize that the gradient is making such stripes on the fabric of the shirt. So this one is really nice. It was kind of tedious to make all of these rows, but I was constantly trying it on and seeing how long it gets, and I ended it before the end of the yarn cake. I added a scallopy end to the edge of the shirt, which I do pretty often with my projects, that I add some scallops at the end. But I have quite a big remainder out of this, a piece of a yarn cake, piece of a ball of yarn, which I'm planning to use in another project. But I used about like 800 meters out of the 1000-meter yarn cake for this. So yeah, this was a very enjoyable project, although I have to say this part was kinda more tedious than this part. This was just mindless double crochets all around, and I tried to learn this invisible join of the rounds on that, but this part was all just counting the chains and fitting the joints into the right places and all of that. And also trying, the right size for it to reach my armpits but not be too low on my bust. So yeah, that was kind of a challenge, but it was quite enjoyable to make. And again, the yarn is really soft. It turns softer with wear, and it's really pleasant. So this is, again, great summer wear, not for really hot weather because of this part, but for classic summer, no problem. So yeah, another visit to my summer wardrobe, and I really like this one. So yeah, thank you again so much for spending your time with me, for watching my videos. You can, of course, again, comment, like, share, all of that, but with this short series, I believe it's just great if you're watching, and I'm really happy that you decided to spend your time with me. Have a great time for now, enjoy crafting, enjoy creating, and enjoy the colors. Goodbye!